Hey guys, I'm going to be giving my early thoughts on Greedfall 2 after completing the prologue. To start things off, Greedfall 2 is a prequel to the first game, but it feels more like a soft reboot. You really notice it as with the story and how it turns out and how the characters speak. The characters speak in this weird mumbo-jumbo language the game's especially made up. It gets old fast. Now the combat has been heavily changed from the first game. It's more like Knights of the Old Republic and Dragon Age Origins. You'll be able to enter like a tactical mode as well, where you could give out commands to your companions, tell them what stuff to do, but I didn't really use that. But it basically works like Knights of the Republic and Dragon Age in its combat system. Now there is a stealth system, but it's very poor. The enemies are dumb and have very set patterns to their movements. You could easily avoid the enemies and do every stealth encounter perfect without really messing anything up. There is something like a Batman detective vision that highlights stuff like plants, materials you could pick up, and important clues to solve certain quests. There's a speed system, like even if you got a high speed rank, it's still a gamble whether it works or not. Most of the time it doesn't, so you have to keep reloading saves just to get that perfect outcome you actually wanted. The reloading screens are actually atrocious. This is a 2026 game and we still have reloading screens. They go on forever. It's unacceptable, especially on PS5 hardware. There is an inventory system where you contain stats, attitudes, talents, and of course your equipment. You can even change your party members' equipment and their stats to your liking. The map is actually pretty good. It shows you like question marks to locations you haven't been to, and it's pretty useful. It's definitely not complicated at all. It's just your basic map, and it works fine. One of the best selling points is the reputation system of Greedfall. Depending on where you go and what you do, characters might just like you for it or like you for it. The points are easy to get back, so I wouldn't worry too much. The world is interactable, so you'll find like walls you can destroy or bridges you can build, and you can get special items thanks to doing that. Now the opening section is very long. It took me multiple hours just to complete the prologue. Basically, you get two tasks. You have to not only get rid of the trappers, which is a mission, and you also have to try and cure your village. This goes on for a very long time and you guys should do multiple tedious tasks. So yeah, it's definitely like Knights of the Old Republic. You spend the first couple of hours in the first area doing mindless tasks that amount to nothing. One of Greedfall's biggest selling points is its world. Just like the first game, the lore is very interesting and all the characters are very unique. And the setting is fantastic. You'll be exploring and just stop and just appreciate its beautiful world and yarn. The characters you get in your party are also just as interesting. You got Navon right here, who's the more serious type. You got Sita. I'm just saying, I'm not going to spoil him, but you're not going to have a very long relationship with Sita. One of the things that drew me to Greedfall in the first place was its setting. It reminds me very much of Fable, and that's what got me into playing the games. Because its world is just like Fable. It's got unique creatures, unique settings. and the choices and outcome system works exactly the same. After doing multiple tedious stuff, and multiple hours of doing tedious stuff, you finally get the game's opening screen and get into the actual game. Hip hip hooray! Despite its tedious prologue, I still really like Greedfall 2 so far. It improves on a lot of stuff from the first game, and I really still love its world, its setting, and its characters so far. I understand many people feel put off by its lengthy prologue and probably stop playing the game as a result, and I couldn't blame them. But I urge you guys to give this game a fair chance. Once you get past the prologue, the game will pick up immediately.
I've come to help you escape.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, my dear, but this is hardly the time for pleasantries. They must have realized that you've escaped by now.